Hey y'all, if you are new here, welcome. If you are returning, welcome back. Today I am doing something different with the intro. Usually I just do a voiceover, but today I wanted to let y'all see the lady behind the cakes and also the camera and the editing and the everything else that goes into running this YouTube. I wanted to give y'all an introduction to myself. My name is Diamond and I am from New Orleans, Louisiana. I am a mom of one, employed, and cake decorator. Before we get started with today's video, I want to ask you to please make sure you are subscribed. Leave me a cake in the comments and like this video. If you are in New Orleans and you're looking to book a custom cake, message me on Instagram, leave me a comment. We could get in contact and we can work. I am on the road to my baby. I am on the road to 1K subscribers, so please make sure you are subscribed to the channel. It will really help me and my son's situation, honestly. So if you can do that for me, make sure you leave me a cake in the comments. Make sure you leave me a heart, leave me whatever you want to leave me in the comments, and I really appreciate y'all. So let's get into the cake. Today we are decorating a carrot cake that was requested by a family member. For reference, this is the final product. This cake I did use cream cheese buttercream because that is just usually what is used for carrot cake, and I have two 7-inch carrot cake layers. I'm sorry y'all. I have two of them, and I'm going to use the cream cheese buttercream throughout the entire cake. If you have used cream cheese buttercream before, you know that it's usually not really stable. But when I made this recipe of cream cheese buttercream, it was very stable. It did not melt fast. It lasted all the way from my house to my family member house. I was going to say customer, but he ain't pay for nothing. And I'm just going to fill my cake layers, my in-between, with these buttercream, with this cream cheese buttercream that was really good, really stable. If you are interested in my buttercream recipe, whether it is the cream cheese recipe or my regular vanilla or almond recipe, leave me a comment. Let me know if you're interested in my buttercream recipe. You want to try to get your middle as even as possible, because that is also going to determine how even your cake is going to be. Once you feel that it's even like you want it to be, place your next layer on top. Whether you wanted to do 2 or 3 layers, just make sure that your in between is as even as possible. This is just a question for my subscribers that actually watch this video. Do y'all like carrot cake? Cause recently, like, I'm starting to learn now that I do cakes, and like my family telling me their favorite cake for their birthdays and stuff like that. Like, people like carrot cake a lot. So, do my subscribers like carrot cake? Do y'all like the buttercream, the cream cheese buttercream, and the carrots and the walnuts and all of that? Do y'all like carrot cake? Or do y'all like me? Y'all are not really a big fan of it. I can make a mean carrot cake, but I'm just not a big fan of it like that. From here, you are just going to finish your crumb coat, make it real smooth, real even, put it in the refrigerator for about 20 minutes, and now we're going to skip to doing the base coat. Here is my crumb coated carrot cake, and it's fresh out of the refrigerator. I have some cream cheese buttercream in a piping bag, and I am just applying it evenly, and this is my base coat, my top coat, my final, over the crumb coat. This that. When doing this step, get it as even as possible, and if you want to, leave you a little bit in the bag. That way, when it's time to do your scrape down and you have any craters or openings, you could just use the buttercream that's in the bag and scrape it down. This is me using my plastic scraper. I like to use the small plastic scraper first, and then I use my metal scraper. Once you're done with the plastic scraper, you can kind of see what I mean by like craters in your cake, in your buttercream. So I'm just going to take the buttercream that I had left in the piping bag, and I'm just going to fill it in. Then you're going to take your plastic scraper or your metal scraper at this point, either one, and you're just going to smooth it out. When I start with my metal scraper, since I like my base to be really crisp, that's why I started. I take the sharp edge and I like to clean up my base, and then I go around and I start scraping my cake. If you want to do that, I would recommend that because I like my base to be really sharp, really crisp. I like tight edges, stuff like that. So if that's something you're into, go around your cake at the bottom with the metal scraper first and then begin scraping your cake down. This cake is fresh out of the refrigerator, so sometimes when you take a cold metal scraper, I don't know if y'all watched videos from before, but I say to put your scraper under some hot water first. That kind of help it smoothen the cake out easier too. Since this was a cold metal scraper that I was using, sometimes when you slide it across the buttercream, it kind of makes it have a flaky touch. Using the spatula to smoothen it down is what I did. Now we are going to begin piping. This is me using my star tip 4B, and I am going to do the bottom border. I am now taking the same piping tip for B large star tip, and I am going to do a top border. Since I had pre-decided that I was not going to do a side border, I tried to keep the top border real close to the edge. Now I am going in with a small star tip 21, and I am going to do my first attempt at a reverse shell border. So at the end, I'm going to show a picture. Y'all let me know how I did. Now I am using the same star tip 21 small star tip, and I am doing the reverse shell border as my second bottom border. And to finish it off, I took some walnuts that I crushed up. You could crush them up with a wooden spoon like I did, or you could put them in a food processor, either one. I just didn't want to dirty the dishes. And I'm just going to place them right on top in the middle. And that is how I decorated this carrot cake. If you enjoyed this video, if you're not already, make sure you are subscribed to the channel. Leave me something in the comments and like this video. If you're in New Orleans and looking to book a custom cake, message me on Instagram, and I'll see y'all in the next one.